Hey everyone, my name is Wes, and welcome back to another episode of Terror Talk where I discuss creepy clips online. I created this original horror music to add to the video, and I hope you enjoy it. Be sure to leave your own comments, and when you're done watching, check the description if you'd like to listen to my music without the commentary. Now let's get into it and have some fun.
This was a few months ago while driving for DoorDash. I only drive as a side gig, maybe 10 to 15 hours a week. This night I was only doing a couple orders since it was already late, and I had picked up a small order around 1 a.m. It was to be delivered to a business building somewhere across town.
Do you ever do DoorDash? Or just side gigs in general? Let me know in the comments below if you do a side gig, because in this economy, you literally need several side gigs just to get by. It's kind of crazy how that is. But I definitely do several side gigs, and I am going to be adding one at the beginning of next year, which would be 2025. So let me know in the comments below if you do any side gigs, how many you do, and what they are.
Which was apparent by the address. This was a normal thing, usually for overnight workers or whatever. When I pulled into the parking lot, though, it was empty. No cars at all, and it didn't look like there was a parking lot behind the building either. I parked in a spot near the front and got out with the food. The place was definitely an office building of some kind and was smaller than most, being only 2 stories and not very wide. All the lights were off in the windows though, aside from one light behind the front door. I walked up to the door and checked the app, seeing it has specific drop-off instructions to enter the main hallway and leave the bag outside of room 232. I looked through the door in the building, seeing this hallway with a bunch of closed doors on either side. Delivering to specific rooms I'd only done at hotels, so this was kind of new for me.
This is kind of spooky, isn't it? Like, it almost seems like it's deserted, almost, doesn't it? And all the lights are completely dim in there. And I don't know, that would be kind of spooky to go into something like that if you're just delivering food. But that's just me. I guess I've gotten a lot more paranoid and cautious over the years, dealing with people and knowing how crazy they can be, but this just seems a little bit creepy, don't you think?
I tested the door, pushing on it, and it was unlocked, so I stepped inside. I expected to hear people working, moving around, or talking, but instead didn't hear anything. There wasn't a single sound in the whole building. It was just white noise from the overhead lights buzzing above me. As I passed the first few doors though, they were all numbers in the 100s, like 102 and 106. The room the instructions said to leave it at was in the 200s, so I assumed that meant it was on the 2nd floor. In the middle of the hallway was the doorway leading to the staircase. It was held open with a wedge door stopper on the floor, but the lights weren't on. I stepped in and up to the bottom of the staircase, then looked up. The whole stairwell was pitch black. Not even any light was coming from above where the room was supposed to be for me to drop it off at. Again, I started to notice the eerie silence, and it sent a chill.
This is just getting weirder and weirder, isn't it? Like, dang, I would be really tempted to just go back and leave at this point, wouldn't you?
Through me. I was always one to do whatever the instructions say, so I'd get good reviews, but this was the first time I told myself that this was too sketchy. I stepped out of the stairwell and back into the hallway, and just as I did, the door right across from me opened. The lights in that room were off, but a man emerged from behind the door and stepped into the hallway. He was wearing street clothes and just didn't look like an office worker at all. But he stood in front of me and pointed past me at the stairwell. 232 is up there. I nodded, but didn't move, and neither did he. He just looked me in the eyes with a look like he was suppressing his anger. After an intense few seconds, I dropped the bag on the ground and started quickly walking to the exit.
Wow, that would be pretty unsettling, wouldn't it? To have someone just step out of a dark room like that and give instructions and they don't even look like an office worker. I think I would be booking it, because that would be pretty creepy, I'm not gonna lie. I would not feel safe at all in that type of situation. Time to get out.
The man didn't follow me, but I heard his footsteps go into the stairwell and up the stairs as I left the building. I got in my car and left. I didn't know what that was, or if I was maybe overreacting about it, so I didn't call the police. The following day, though, the police actually called me. Apparently, the office reported a break-in, and in the CCTV footage, they saw my car and license plate, tracking it back to me. They also had footage of the break-in, and so they called me in to question me about any information I might have. I didn't have much to give, but it turned out there were actually 3 people that broke inside. One was downstairs, who I saw, but the other 2 were shown on the cameras to be hiding at the top of the stairs, seemingly waiting for me to go up. Disturbingly, several other delivery orders were made to that same office that night. All of the other drivers were smarter than I was, though, leaving the orders outside by the front door. What would have taken place in that office had any of us gone up to the 2nd floor is unknown, but hopefully police can find the 3 men before anyone falls victim to it.
Wow, that's pretty crazy, huh? That the people at the top of the stairs were just waiting there. I mean, I don't know about you, but that kind of gives me chills just thinking about it. Having a couple of strangers like that waiting at the top of the stairs to probably rob you and attack you, or who knows, maybe even kill you. But I think he was stupid to go in the building at all, and the other drivers were smart enough to leave the food outside like that. And if I got to a building and it was sort of deserted like that, I think I would have left it in the front too, because that guy was very smart to listen to his intuition and not go up those stairs. Because, yeah, I mean, if the guys had been smart, they would have left the light on, so he would have gone up the stairs. I'm not advocating that at all, obviously, but, you know, at least not make it look suspicious, because walking into a hallway like that with the lights off is very suspicious, and it's very good that he had listened to his intuition. But I thought this was definitely a creepy story, and I hope you enjoyed my commentary and the music, and I will see you in the next video.